Hey guys, Renee. So if you looked at my title of my video, I am going to be doing a story time about the time I failed my PT test. So if you're military, you know how big of a deal that is. And if you're not in the military yet, you gonna learn today. So if you're interested in seeing this video, just keep watching, guys. Then you know that I was gone about 10 months. I was in school. It was funded by the military as paramedic course. So I wasn't really PTing like normal. Like the first couple months of the course, I actually was like coming to my unit and doing PT. But then once we started doing clinical rotations, it was like there was no time. I was working 3 days, 2 days in school, like sit down 8 hour a day. And then 3 days I was working 12-hour shifts either at the hospital or at the on the ambulance. So my week was like 70, 75 hour weeks. So I graduated the course, I completed all everything, but then it was time to come back to work and it was like, okay, I need to get my life together. So I took a 2 week break, 2 week leave, just because the entire year I wasn't able to really take leave because the primary focus was getting those hours completed. So when people were on 3 days, 4 days, weekends, we were working. So I took, my 2 weeks and I was like, I'm going to work out. Let me tell you, guys, let me tell you, I sat on the couch and did not move for 2 weeks. Like my body was like, I was like, I have to get up. I have to, work out. And I went to the gym a little bit, but it definitely wasn't what it needed to be. And man, I couldn't move. I was so tired, like dead beat tired. So when I came back to work, my entire unit was gone. So if you're military, you know about EFMB. It is a huge, big deal here at the installation I'm on. And my unit kind of runs it. Well, not kind of, they do. They do run it. So this one that had happened at the end of the year was my unit's time frame to run theirs. So my unit was gone. So, I was back at work. I was about 2 weeks. And I literally just caught up on life, on all my online training, everything that I was read on for the year because I had been gone. I just caught up on that. So they were like, well, you got a PT test. And I was like, bruh, okay. Okay, we're going to make it happen, make it do what it do. And the day I took my PT test was the first day I saw my NCO, like literally saw his face. So he was like, you okay? I was like, I mean, I should be able to bust out at least the standard at this time. I don't know about doing nothing extra. Don't even expect greatness out of me. But I should be able to, bust out the standard, right? Nah, it ain't happened. It didn't happen. So I actually did well on my push-ups. I'm 30, so I'm in the 27 through 31 range, guys. So that is what, 17 push-ups, 45 sit-ups, and 20 minutes and 30 seconds to do your 2 mile run. So push-ups, got it, knocked them out. Run, I got it. I was at like 1940. So, I was fine. I made it. But those freaking sit-ups, I don't know what it is. Everyone's like, you're a woman. You should be able to do sit-ups like easily. And I'm like, bruh, sit-ups don't like me. I don't like sit-ups. And it's not even like I'm big in the midsection. My form is all jacked up. Like everyone is just like, Renee, well, my last name or whatever, but they're just like, you need to do it like this, and you need to do this and fall back. And I'm just like, I don't know what you guys are saying. Everything that you're saying sounds like gibberish to me. So I don't know. So I did 43. So I was below the standard by 2 sit-ups. Two sit-ups completely jacked my life. So what happens? What happens when you fail a PT test? I never knew because I had never failed a PT test before. And I told like everyone, like, I mean, I've never failed a PT test. I shouldn't, fail. I should be able to, at any time, be able to do the standard. Nah, that ain't happen. That didn't happen. And then when I weighed myself, when I got weighed, I was 1 pound. 1 pound below my requirement for my freaking weight. So I was like, yeah, I got to get myself together. So everything that happens, you get counseled by your NCO, and then you have to meet with the commander. So my command team is really cool. They understood, but it was just something that had to be done. And then I was flagged. So it doesn't have to be a PT test, guys. You never, never want to be flagged. Like when they started reading like all the stuff you cannot do, I was like, dang, like this is the struggle. Like you can't do military classes. Like, okay. Things like BLC or ALC or anything like that. Okay. But then they started talking about civilian classes. I was like, you're not going to pay my TA? He was like, no. So, and TA actually sent me a thing. As soon as I was flagged, it was like, hey, you're flagged. It's on your account. I was like, so I was nervous because I had already registered for classes. And normally I'm very early with things like this. And I'm so glad that I am, because I had registered for classes the day that I was able to submit my TA. I think TA is like 30 days that you can't submit before. So the day I was able to submit my TA, I submitted it. This was like a week before the PT test. So my TA was approved and everything. So I was like, well, sorry, what happens? Like, my TA is approved. Are they not going to cut that check? And everyone's like, I don't know. Like, they're not going to pull you out of class if you're already in class, but you can't, sign up for more classes, new classes. But we don't know what happens when you're already registered and approved. Like, if they, just don't send a check or not. Thankfully, I spoke to someone at the education center, and they told me, no, as long as you're approved, you're good. They won't pay or allow you to sign up for new classes. So I was like, bet, I'm good then. I'm good for the semester. Because I literally could have lost the entire semester of school from this one PT test. So that was the biggest thing for me, was them not paying your TA. But guys, there is a long list of things that you can't do. So on top of all of that, you have to do remedial PT. So I was the only person in my company that failed my PT test, and I actually had to work out every afternoon with my sergeants, and it was kind of tough because they have regular lives. They don't want to be working out with me in the afternoon. Like, for me, I'm like, it's not that bad. We're leaving at 3:30-ish, going to the gym and working out. But it's like, some days my sergeant has to go pick up his kids, or, my other sergeants would have late meetings and stuff. So I would be there like super late waiting for them. Like, it was the most. So it's kind of frustrating, and I was like, dang, I'm just really annoyed with this entire process. And even though I know, I do have to accept personal accountability for it, it should have never happened. So what happens when I went and talked to the command team was I was informed that, because while I was in school, we had changed of command. So I have an entirely new command team. So I was informed that I should have been given a diagnostic. I was like, oh, really? It's like, yeah, so I guess hindsight is 2020, huh? It's like, yeah. So what should have happened with me, because I was away from the unit for so long, more than 6 months, I should have been given a diagnostic PT test from my supervisors to gauge where I was, and then hone in on those portions that I had deficits in, especially my sit-ups, and then probably 30 days later, been given my PT test. So this all adds to how I was saying in my previous video about taking responsibility for your own career, because had I known that, I would have asked for that. And I really caught an attitude with my superiors because I'm like, you guys have been in for longer than me. You guys know I was gone, and even though people are like, oh, well, we kind of felt like, it wasn't that big of a deal that you were gone, I was gone. So what I put in my pocket for when I become an NCO is if I have a soldier, not even just an NCO, because I don't even plan on doing all that, but like, an officer or whatever. If I have a soldier who is gone for an extended period of time, when you come back to our unit, you need to get acclimated. We need to gauge where you are. And especially if the first day you see your NCOs or your superiors is the day of your PT test, that means that they haven't laid eyes on you at all. They don't know at all how you are. And it's okay, because I told my sergeant before, I was like, well, I should be okay. I should be able to do the standard. I have been doing a little bit of conditioning and stuff, but as a NCO, I would have been like, I understand that, but me for myself, your career matters to me, and I want to see where you are, and let's do a diagnostic before doing the record. So here we are 3 weeks later. I'm still flagged. I cannot even take my PT test yet because, so you have up to 90 days to take your PT test again, but you can't take it no sooner than 30 days. So I am like not even at 30 days, but I've been doing PT and I did my 6-mile validation ruck, and I'm doing the things that I'm supposed to be doing every day, being acclimated back in the unit. And I took a diagnostic today, and everything was super, everything increased by a lot. My run dropped 40 seconds, craziness. But the things that we've been doing, we haven't even been going hard in the afternoons because it's we're about to do Christmas and, New Year's. So when we come back in January, we're going to really, really get it. But just by being in PT, guys, and, doing the things that the unit does on a regular basis, I got back to the standard. So it does reiterate my point that I just needed that time to be back at the unit and back waking up early and working out and get my body moving and doing that. But I also learned that I can speak up. So on here, y'all know I always tell my opinion, but I'm able to speak up at work too, because had I been like, hey, I think I need a diagnostic, then even before the PT test, we could have done something together and not just really put my neck on the line, because now it's well, if you fail again, you can get chaptered. And it's dang, okay, wow. So, all that to say, guys, you have to speak up about your own career. You have to know things, talk to people, and now that I know, I'm definitely trying to put it out there in the atmosphere, because this might be something that you might not have happened to you ever, and hopefully it doesn't, but you may know someone who it does, or who has failed their PT test and who is really down and out. But there's life after that. There is. All it takes, honestly, I'll put a couple of apps and Instagram people that I follow. One is just workout programs. It's on Instagram. They every day have circuits, things that you can do at home. Flutter kids, because I have kids, so it's I can't always make it to the gym in the evenings, but my son does workouts with me. He loves it. So flutter kicks, sit-ups, push-ups, 8-count push-ups, everything. And he puts so many different workouts on there every single day, just things that you can do in it. You can follow his days, or sometimes I'm okay, I need abs, so I'll look until I find an ab program that I like, and I'll do that day. Or there's this app called 8Fit. I will put it down below. And what it is it's every day they give you different types of training that works out your whole body. So my last one that I did was 8 rounds of 20-second planks. Bruh. And then it was they're called shrimps. You're kind of on your knees, and then you stand up on one knee and keep the other one flexed. And then what else did I do? It was a lot of just core strengthening. And what I like about that app is that there's a person on there and they do it with you. So it's not like a real person, it's a recording, but they're showing you the proper way to do it. And it's like not like you're working out on your own. There's this, even though it's pre-recorded and it's just the person that keeps doing it, it's nice to have someone there to do it. So sorry, I'm so sick. But I love that app. And all I do is at PT, I do whatever it is we do on PT. And then in the evenings, if I'm not able to go to the gym, because honestly, sometimes I go to the gym and I don't know what to do. Like, girls are in there with their guy and I be trying to look and see like what they're doing, so I can like mimic how he's helping her or whatever. But it's so intimidating to go to the gym, especially after work hours, and there's so many people in there and you're just like, yeah, I don't know what to do. Or, my apartment complex has a really nice gym, but when I go in there on the weightlifting side, it's always like, same thing, girl and her guy, or just a bunch of guys, and I just work out at home. So I've been doing these apps that really, like, are no BS, because, if you're BSing and you're not really working out, then it's not really helping. But apps that really get you to sweat, especially 8Fit. It's normally about 15 minutes, but I sweat. And I'm not even a sweater, but I sweat when I'm done and I feel good, and I stretch after. And I'm happy with that. So, and then on the weekends, normally I'll go to the track with my son. He loves it. I'll let him run around. And when he's done running, he'll play in the middle of the track while I continue to run around. And then they have stairs. It's like a stadium. So we'll do the stairs. He doesn't like to do the stairs because he doesn't like coming down, but I do the stairs, squats and things. So the weekends is when I actually go out to the gym or to the track and get that good cardio on. But let's be real. We run a lot at work, so it's okay. So, hopefully, this helps someone, because if you guys have noticed, I don't know if a lot of you follow me on my social media. I will link my Instagram down below. I also have Snapchat. I really don't do that much on Snap. It's like hit or miss. But, I do like to share, and I'll put my blog down below also. So I have a lot going on. It's all different types of stuff. But anyway, so I try to share the good things, but I also try to be really real about it. And shit happens. Let's be real. Shit happens, guys. So I try to share when bad things happen, because, it's a learning experience. I learned a lot from this. I learned, one, that I never want to do this again. And two, I never knew this process. And it really was like a rude awakening for me, because it's like you leave, you become a paramedic, you all good. So let me bring you back down to reality. So it's nice to like have this reality check, be like, okay, let me get my perspective right. Let me get back to where I need to be. And then, things are going to be good. So physical fitness is huge for the military. Anything you want to do, anything you want to be, you have to be a PT stud. So you may as well add it to your life. And I don't like to work out, guys. I don't like it. I don't want to do it. But I know that I have to, and my body feels good. And, my skin is good, except for right now. I was a little stressed out about the PT test. But, it's just good to be fit and eat well and incorporate that all in your life. So finding little, nuggets that can help you get there is the best. So thanks, guys, for watching. Thanks, guys, for listening to this raspy voice, because all that deep breathing today on the track really got me all messed up, and it's so gloomy outside and nasty. So I was trying to catch some light before it got too dark. But I am about to sip some tea with cough drops in it and get this all together and probably take a nap. But thanks, guys, for watching, and hopefully, some of this does help you or someone that just kind of get back on that horse after failing a PT test, because there is life after failing a PT test. You just gotta get everything in line and make it do what it do. So thanks guys for watching. Please subscribe, and that's it. Bye.